what's up? This is Odulena from Odulena Digital. Welcome to my channel. I'm joining today from sunny London, so excuse me for this kind of half face and light, but it's a really nice and sunny day and I really want to feel the sun on my face. Welcome to the channel. For those of you who are new here, please be sure to subscribe, explore the rest of the videos. Every Sunday I post a new video on some of my favorite topics, like the books that I'm reading, topics around marketing and advertising. I work for Google, but everything that I share here is my own personal perspective of things. So yeah, please subscribe to see more content. Today I'm talking about a topic which I think is very relevant for most of us now. And this is how to keep yourself sane and healthy during a lockdown. So it's been almost 1 year. It's unbelievable. It's been almost 1 year since I haven't been to the office. I know that many of you have different circumstances, and this video is purely about my experience. I know many of you may be still working, or you cannot just work from home, or you have families that you have to take responsibilities for. But I'm telling you my tips from what I have learned from my own experience as living in London during lockdown, working from home. The first thing that I learned, and the thing that really helped me during the Corona times, was to rethink my relationship with digital. Detox and detach from your digital addictions. And I started to pay attention to this more and more. Actually, I read a book called Deep Work by Cal Newport. You can check the video here. And I realized that this is really, really crucial for me to be able to keep myself focused during this time at home, to not allow digital to overtake my free time and to interrupt my work. The way you're structured to work, your brain, how it works is that you have to have flows, let's say blocks of uninterrupted time when you have to work, especially if you're a knowledge worker like me. I work for Google, so I have to understand very complicated, new and difficult information deeply every single day. And a lot of times I feel that, especially with digital disruptions, it can be so easily, your time can be broken down into pieces. So first thing I did was put my phone on Do Not Disturb and only check the things that I really wanted to check, like apps that I follow, like my language lessons. But this didn't solve the problem. Then what I went was, I didn't quit social media, but I kind of deleted all my cookies, anything that is related to my history. So just to make sure that the feed is less and less interesting for me. Actually, here you can check this book. I did a review of it, Hooked, by Nur El, which is very, very good to understand how the feed actually is wiring your brain and why feed applications are so addictive. So what I did, I kind of got rid of this, and then to make it even better, what I recommend you to do is to create bookmarks. So instead of going to the feed of your application, instead of accessing these applications from your phone, go on desktop, including on this Instagram, and only check the channels that you really like the ones that you really want to follow, just because of the content is very interesting and inspiring to you. Second, exercising. Exercising has been very difficult. Before the lockdown, I was pretty motivated on exercising. I would spend 3 classes in the gym. I would have a couple of runs during the week, pretty long distances. And now it's becoming very difficult to motivate myself. So I've been struggling with my discipline. It was on and off, kind of going into discipline and then going off again. And I think I finally was able to crack this by simply applying the rules from this book. It's called The Compound Effect. It's a really, really must-have book, I think, like a must-read book to get you started on your disciplines. So with this book comes a very nice schedule, which I try to follow. So you can either print it or you can just draw it on a board. I have here a whiteboard, so I draw it on my board. And I would write down which days I want to run. I will write down how many days per week I want to run or exercise, as well as other disciplines that I want to do. Let's say I want to do reading every day, I want to study French every day, I need to kind of keep enough water intake during the day. So I wrote this down and kind of cross every single day. And actually it's funny, but once you cross the day, you feel so fulfilled. Another tip that I will give you is always try to exercise in the morning. At least for me, this has been absolutely crucial. evenings are so easy to get with excuses as well as afternoons. Also here in London, often evenings are rainy, so it's even easier for you to not go for a run. And what I like here is that mornings are usually sunny, and then the day gets darker and darker and darker and starts raining in the afternoon. So what I do is I wake up, put my clothes on and go out. And sometimes I even trick myself. I say to myself, I'm gonna just go for a walk, but instead I go outside, I'm wearing my gym clothes, I go see there's people running and exercising, and I'm like, what the heck, I'm just gonna go and run as well myself. So this has been tremendously helpful. That was the only way that actually I was able to get myself into exercising again on a regular basis. And I find exercising is not only good for your health and for your body, but absolutely crucial for your mind. It has helped me improve my concentration. It has helped me distress and detach from work. And once you come back, let's say you went for this kind of half walk, half run, by the time you're back, you come back and you know the day has already started positively for you. You have achieved already something. You crossed the thing on your little schedule. I've done one day running, check, and you feel better. Let's say anything that happens after that, let's see you have covered one important thing for yourself. It's very important in these conditions to be able to stop yourself from working 24/7. It's very important to draw some boundaries between your free time and your work time, at least for me. When you work for a big company like international company, I work for Google, we have people who are all over the world, and there is always someone who is writing emails and pinging, and it's always possible to work until late. But not always it makes sense. Actually, it makes sense very, very rarely. When I really assess this, I realized that there is no point of me staying late every evening. There might have been a few occasions where I had to do it, but it's very important not to make this into a habit. Rather make it into an emergency or like an occasion where you really had to do and finish something, rather than kind of putting into, okay, I'm gonna do this tonight until 11 p.m. That's a bad strategy, brings you to burn down. Very easy to kind of forget who you are, forget all the important things to you. At least for me, it makes sense that I spend more time on personal projects, more time on reading, detaching myself. I really enjoy drawing and painting, so spending some time over the evening makes me feel much more relaxed and charged with energy for another day. I don't think that you can consistently and sustainably crush it at your work if you only do is spend all your evenings on the computer trying to finish works and projects. Decide when you're gonna finish, whether it is worth for you to stay late or you're just fulfilling less valuable tasks and passing the time and trying to play the hero. What really helped me to actually be able to have some kind of discipline and organization in the work and during the week is just compartmentalizing the week, so dedicating certain days for certain activities. Once I was having here in London a flatmate who was ex-military. He was a young guy. He would go partying on Thursday night, but he would always come back even in the middle of the night and clean the entire house, because Thursday was his day for cleaning. And that's really, really impressed me back then. So I decided to do the same thing. So Thursday is a cleaning day. So regardless how I feel in the evening, I would start and clean the house, make sure that everything is done. And other days, even if it looks a little bit dirty, I won't touch it. Like one day is the cleaning is done and that's it. It doesn't overflow in the rest of the days during my week. Let's say Sunday is the day you change the bed sheets, or Sunday is the day you shoot the video. In that way you kind of know what to do when, and it helps you to actually get things done over the week with a schedule, without you feeling that you're missing out and without you feeling that you are not coping. Okay, I've done this thing on that day, then it's done. I don't need to worry about it anymore. So, and actually, if you look back in time, my grandmothers would always say that Wednesday and Friday they shouldn't work. Is because of Christian calendar. And actually, this makes sense that you have to dedicate certain times of the week where you have to work, so that you know that you have to focus and do all the stuff there, instead of actually doing it every single day and not leaving time for yourself, for reflection, for thinking, and for just being able to detach from your chores. So yeah, this is all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope some of these tips have made it useful for you. There's a couple of books that I can recommend you, one of which is The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy, then Hooked by Nur Eyal. Then there is another really great book about exercising called Burn the Fat and Feed the Muscle. So this one is really good on nutrition, exercising, frequency of exercising. And there is another book which I mentioned by Cal Newport, which is called Deep Work, to help you detach from digital distractions. This is all from me for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next week with another